Hey, what's up, y'all? This your girl Nikki coming to you from urbangirlfabulous.blogspot.com, and I am coming to you today with another edition of Talk Tuesday. All right, so today's topic, I want to discuss how young is too young to start dating, and that's going to lead into some other things that I want to discuss as well. So, I have children, I have three children. I have a 20-year-old, 14-year-old, and an 11-year-old. I have two boys and a girl. And now kids are really getting into dating what I feel is a very young age. You have little girls talking about they're dating somebody and they're like 12 years old. Yeah, that's not too cool to me. I think 12 years old is too young to really understand the concept of dating, is too young to understand the concept of commitment in a relationship and what relationships are really about. And I just find it very crazy. I talk to my kids about dating. Not my youngest one because he's 11. All he thinks about is getting on his 3DS and playing on the computer and playing video games. So right now we cool with him. We don't have anything to worry about. But I do have a 14-year-old daughter. And, we've talked about dating. Right now she's living with her dad. But before she went to go stay with her dad, we did talk about it. And I'm against it. I don't think girls or boys should date until they're in high school. You tend to be a little more responsible. And I think at this day and age that we live in, kids aren't allowed to be kids anymore. They have to grow up so fast in the society we live in that, kids need to be kids again. I remember back in the day, we weren't worried about all this stuff. We went outside to play. We didn't have all these luxuries. And as parents, that's a lot of our fault as well, because I know we're guilty of it. I know in my household we're guilty of it. We buy the latest video games. We buy the newest phones. No, I'm lying. No, we don't. Not the newest phones, but the latest video games and things like that. We get them the things that they want and need. But, yeah, kids dating. I don't know about that. I talked to my oldest son about it. Of course, he's 20 now, so he makes his own decisions. But I still try to give them advice. Which leads me to my next topic about kids shacking up. That's a real tough subject because we want to teach our kids better. You know what I'm saying? We want them to do better than what we did. And I shacked up. I did, but I was 18. I graduated high school and I had my oldest son. And I did the shacking up thing. But now, knowing what I know now, I'm totally against it. I don't think that young adults should actually shack up and cohabitate. I think that as a young adult, and when I say young adult, I mean somebody from 18 to about 22. Those college years when you're in college, I think you need to have your own if you're able to. If you're able to get out there and make it on your own and have your own apartment and have your own place, those things are important. You need to be able to live on your own and have your own freedoms and come and go as you please. Shacking up, that's a lot of responsibility. Why play house? No, you don't need to play house. Not at all. You don't need to play house at all. Live on your own. Because sometimes when you tend to, live with your significant other as a young person, you tend to focus on them more than you focus on yourself. And I'm saying that from a woman's point of view, from a young woman's point of view. I know when I was younger, it was all about pleasing the person I was with. Now, I did things for me, but you want to make that person you're with happy. And I think you let a lot of things fall to the wayside when you live with somebody before you get married. Now, if you're older and you have experienced life and you know that's what you want and you are in a committed relationship, then you're an adult then. You can make your own mistakes. You should learn from your mistakes. And that's your call as an older adult, not a young adult. I just feel like young adult women, we need to take our time as women to really focus on ourselves. If I could do things over again, I would do so many things differently. But all of that's retrospect, excuse me. And you just take what you've learned and you pass it on to other young women. And I think it's really important for us as a people, us as women, as especially as black women, to reach out to a younger generation, because I'm telling you, baby, it's a bunch of ratchetness going on, posted on the internet on a daily basis. And I just look at that stuff and I'm like, for real? Like, it's just so much disrespect. It's just so much. Kids aren't being guided, you know. You have kids having babies, and that's another topic within itself. You know, I'm not judging, but I'm just saying you need to reach back and share the things that you know and what you would have done differently had someone talked to you. And I think that's very important. I think it's very important. And another thing these older people need to realize is that these young people, some of them really do have a lot to offer, and we should take the time and listen to what they have to say. You know, I'm old school. When we were growing up, it was do as I say, not as I do. You don't speak to me unless I'm talking to you. Shut your mouth is what I say, you know. And sometimes that is effective depending on what the situation is, but I think a lot of times these kids are under so much pressure because they're not allowed to be kids anymore. They have to fit into this fast-paced moving society that we live in, that they think that, you know, hey, let me get it out now while I can, or nobody's going to hear me. So I think that it's important for people, men and women, to give back to the younger generation, whether it's your own child, whether it's your kid's friend, you know. Talk to the kids. I know I embarrass my oldest son, all the time because they're of the age, you know, they're having sex. It is what it is. They're young adult men, they're young adult women, but you want to teach them and give them advice, even if sometimes it's not asked of you. But I feel like anytime you're dealing with a child or a young adult, you really want to talk to them. And, you know, they may not be getting that talk at home. You know, they may not have anybody that they can reach out to. And another thing that I'm strongly a believer is when you're a child, like when you're still in high school, we're not friends. I'm not your friend. Your friends are at school. Your friends live down the street. I'm your mama. You know, you just, there has to be a respect there. And I think a lot of times these younger parents want to be their child's friend. We ain't got time for that. I'm not your friend. And my kids know that. As you get older, you can work on building a friendship relationship. Now, I'm not saying that I don't do anything with them and things like that, but as far as being friends, no. You can't be your child's friend when they're in high school, because those are the years that we have to really mold them and try to put them on the road to success and lead them in the right direction. So going back to shacking up, nah. I don't think a young man or a young woman should do that. I really think that that's a time when you learn yourself. You're maybe still deciding what you want to do with your life, you know. You may be in college, you may be in the military, but you should be out enjoying life and not really worried about, oh, do we have the rent for this month? We have enough money to buy groceries? You know, go through those struggles by yourself first, because it'll make you a better person. It'll make you more independent, so you don't have to rely on somebody else. So yeah, I don't think, no, don't shack up. Live your own life. Live your own life first, and do things that you may not be able to do if you are in a committed relationship where you're living together. You know, I say some of the things I wish I would have done. I love my babies, don't get me wrong, I love them, but you know, waiting on sex. I think if I wouldn't have had sex so young, I was hot in the pants. But, you know, just waiting to have sex and really understanding what it was all about besides feeling good, you know, I think that's important. And, you know, if I would have waited on sex, maybe I wouldn't have been a late teen mother. Maybe I would have went to college right after high school, you know. It's all these what ifs. And granted, I'm older now and I've made better decisions from being a young mother till now, it's just you look back and you just don't want to have any regrets in life. And that's my message to young women. Don't have any regrets in life. If there's something out there that you want to do it. Who the hell is to stop you? Nobody is to stop you once you put your mind to it. Not only young women, but especially the young women and young men as well. Set yourself a goal in life. It's all about having goals. It's all about having options. It doesn't matter where you're from. So many times people say, oh, I'm from the hood, I'm from this. So, what does that have to do with anything? It's all about how you set yourself up. You can succeed. You can get out the hood. You can get out the projects. What are you doing to do it? You just all talk. You want to sit on your ass and think somebody's supposed to hand something to you? No, baby. I'm a hustler. I work. I work hard. And I play even harder because you know what? I work so damn hard. You have to work for what you want. And I think that when you're a single young person and you're out there enjoying life, those are the best years to work hard and to play hard, to set yourself up to have a good life. So if you're going to be in a relationship, I'm all for it. But young ladies, remember to always put yourself first in any relationship that you're in. Always be able to take care of yourself in any relationship that you're in. And set goals for yourself. And don't let anybody, talk you out of achieving the goals that you have set for yourself. Because if those people that you're in a relationship in are talking you out of your goals, baby, they time to go. You don't need that type of person in your life. You need somebody who's going to be supportive and who's going to have your back and who's going to help you along the way and dream with you. And be with somebody that has goals and wants to do something. It makes it so much better. So my talk for today is no shacking up in relationships when you're a young adult. I don't think preteens and young teens should date until they're in high school. And have goals for yourself. I challenge you to write down a list of goals. Or even a bucket list. Maybe, write down a bucket list and share that with me in the comment section below, or make a video response and let me know, these are my goals. This is what I dream to do, because no one can kill your dreams but you. And I'm just going to leave you guys on that note. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at Urban Girl Fab, on Facebook, Urban Girl Fabulous, and on Instagram at Urban Girl Fabulous. I'll leave all the links down below. Again, leave me some topics that you may want to talk about. I don't want to be serious all the time, but to me, that's very important. I really wanted to discuss that today. So just leave me some topics down below, what you guys would like to talk about. All right, until next time, y'all stay fabulous, and I will see you next week for Talk Tuesday. Bye-bye.